poll. Will Chicago, Buffalo, Philadelphia, Omaha, or Little Rock have a white Christmas?
We'd also like to see your videos too. Let us know why maybe you deserve a white Christmas this year. You can share those with us by texting My White Christmas to 99,000. And you'll be directed on how to upload that video. And we're going to give you a little hint right now at who has a better chance, or not as good of a chance, of who's going to get the white Christmas.
It's not Philly. Do not vote for Philly, let me tell you. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look.
One of those cities has a pretty good chance, though.
That's very true.
And here we go. Tomorrow, it's going to happen because of snow on the ground. Snow likely falling tomorrow in some areas.
Chicago is such an interesting and actually very difficult forecast challenge. And for travelers, it's difficult because you'll start as rain and then change over to snow. And your temperatures will be close to that freezing point.
And so this is one where you want to monitor the forecast very closely if you're planning to travel into, out of, or near Chicago or these areas, and travel wisely. Pick your time accordingly.
But let me just say, Philadelphia is going to be close to a record high temperature in the low 60s tomorrow.
And then even on Christmas Day, it's going to be in the 50s.
Right. All right. So that's why we're saying, all right, Philly, I wouldn't vote for you. Buffalo, though, Christmas Day, we could be getting a little snow around Buffalo.
And we know we're going to get a lot of snow.
Yes.
In the mountains. The Rockies are going to get hit, and it's going to be a good thing. But looking at partly cloudy skies in Denver. So we're going to break it down to a few areas here where we're going to see rain or snow on Christmas, leading up to it in Salt Lake City.
I'm excited for Salt Lake City. You guys are in a bit of a snow drought in town this year, so only an inch so far since October 1st, and you'll get it on Christmas. So this is good timing, as long as you get where you need to be by Christmas Eve.
Right, and so let's go ahead and again recap. Chance for some snow in Chicago. Could affect travel plans. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, it's going to be snow in the Rockies, which does include Salt Lake City.
Yes.
Where you're going to be seeing that chance for some snow, rain or snow in Salt Lake City.
So again, get where you got to be early in the day, Christmas Eve, and then, you know, enjoy the snow on by Christmas Day.
Cincinnati, not so much.
No.
It's going to be rain, partly cloudy on Christmas.
But it does make for tough travel, though, so want to make sure you have a heads up on that.
And as you mentioned, it's going to be a little too warm early in Chicago for the snow.
But we are worried about that Christmas Eve evening is going to be tough. All right.
And then Boston's wet.
Boston's wet. New York City's wet. We've got a live look out there in D.C. and in Atlanta. Foggy again. We'll be right back with more on holiday travel in just 60 seconds.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies with windy conditions. Today, sun and clouds mixed. High 81. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 72. Wednesday, considerable cloudiness. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 84. Here's our 7-day outlook.
From coast to coast, there's a holiday troublemaker that's going to impact tens of millions over the next 3 days.
And if you're hitting the road or catching a flight or just wishing for a white Christmas, keep it right here on the Weather Channel. We have you covered. We're going to bring it all to you, and it starts today, and we're dealing already with storms in the south.
I'm meteorologist Mike Seidel, and a tornado watch just issued. We'll show you who is involved with this watch here in the Deep South. Also, storms have rolled through Tallahassee. We'll talk also about the impacts on the interstates between now and Christmas Eve.
And you've seen this scene before, crowded lines in the terminals. We're going to show you what's happening today at some of the world's largest airports that could have a ripple effect for the rest of the holiday week. It's all next on Weather Center Live.
Thank you for joining us today. I'm Chris Warren.
And I'm Jen Carfagno. We're in the middle of one of the busiest travel times of the year, and we're in the middle of some of the busiest weather that we've seen in quite some time. We've got you covered.
And we do have you covered with a severe threat right now, a dangerous situation developing in the south with some very strong storms. This is a tornado warning in effect for another 15 minutes here in south central Louisiana near Lafayette.
It's a pretty large area. We're concerned about storms developing and potentially rotating today. There's a tornado watch in effect for this entire area in southern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, parts of Alabama too. This goes until today at 6 p.m.
And if you travel to the east a bit in Florida, we're going to find meteorologist Mike Seidel. Hello to you, Mike.
Hey guys, here on I-10 just west of Tallahassee, where we just took a squall line. It was coming down. You talk about frog stranglers. Blinding rainfall here on the 10, and traffic slowed down. You know, on interstates on holiday periods, well, not even on holiday periods, it takes a lot to slow folks down when it's just rain. Now the speeds are back up, it seems, but they were crawling along as we looked down the 10. You could barely see about maybe about 500 yards at best with the rain, and the winds only gusted 25 miles an hour. It was just how hard it was raining for about 20 minutes. I checked Tallahassee. They had picked up about a half an inch of rain. I'm going to figure out what the window was, but it was definitely raining at least 1.5 inches, if not 2 inches an hour. And this is what we're going to be dealing with until that front comes through across the Panhandle tomorrow morning through early tomorrow afternoon from west to east. Pensacola first clears out, then Destin, Tallahassee, and last but not least will be Jacksonville. Take a look at our hourly. Again, severe threat continues. We've got that tornado watch, which they'll show back in the studio shortly, includes parts of the deep south west of here, not here in this part of the Panhandle. And we'll have temperatures very mild today, up around 70 degrees. Storms overnight, the line moves on through, and then we'll clear out later tomorrow. Christmas Day in the southeast will be much quieter. But again, as I mentioned before, this rain and storm action is moving north-northeast up towards Atlanta, the world's busiest airport. So if you're flying in and out of or through Atlanta, be aware that there will likely be delays from this point on, right on through at least tomorrow afternoon. Chris?
Mike, thank you. And as you mentioned, Atlanta is going to be wet. Right now, it's 44 degrees through the rest of the day, 11, 2, 5, 8, and 11 p.m. Again, we're taking you through the next 12 hours. Chance for thunderstorms, and then it is going to remain wet. Also, the wind will be there about 10 to about 15 miles an hour throughout the day. There will be sunshine returning. However, temperatures will be on the cold side by Christmas morning. Temperatures into the 30s, and then again by Friday morning, it's also going to be another cold morning. And that's going to be the story for Atlanta. Some sunshine by Thursday, but before then, travel will be an issue through Georgia.
Yeah, Chris, take a look at this. I'm going to show you where we have some issues out there today, tonight, and tomorrow on the roads. Looking at I-10, you already saw that go through where Mike Seidel was in Tallahassee. We've got a lot of rain that will track along, heading over towards that I-75, I-10 split there. And then we take a look at Interstate 20. Also, overnight tonight, tomorrow morning early, Atlanta area, tough travel there, slow going with the rain. I-95 and I-85 through tomorrow afternoon will be wet and will be slow going, especially that first rain. You know, that little bit of rain when it first begins is always the most dangerous. So heads up as it comes your way. Plus, the snow is going to be a big issue here. And we've got some snow, some light snow today, a little more through the overnight tonight into tomorrow. The big concern is tomorrow, we think the snow could come down heavy at times. And that's going to be a concern around the Chicago area tomorrow afternoon. For more on this snow and how it's going to develop, let's go over to Tom Nizzle.
The one area that I'm concentrating on now is going to be Christmas Eve afternoon and evening in and around Chicago, including those two major airport hubs. Let's take a look at how this sets up. There's no doubt in the eastern U.S. this is going to be a massive rain event here. This is a Christmas washout as far as snow is concerned. But where the moisture outlined in the green and white here meets up with the cold air outlined in the blue, right in this area here, this is the area we're concerned about right now. And the models are still having a bear of a time coming together to determine how this snow is going to play out across that area that runs from Chicago up through Grand Rapids. Now, it's not a large area, but let me show you the differences in our computer model solutions. This is the area for snowfall. This is the European model, and this is through Christmas morning. Now, I want you to keep an eye on this as we go through each model. So now we're going to go to the GFS model. No snow at all in Chicago. Let's go over to the North American model. Another one of our higher resolutions models puts a really heavy swath of snow going from central Illinois Illinois right up through lower Michigan. And then finally, the model that we use often here, the RPM model, also showing snowfall. So who do we believe at this point? This is the challenge for the forecasters. Right now, this is the idea that we're looking at. We're going to begin with rain up across this area with a low pressure system going into the morning on Christmas Eve. As we get into the afternoon, some of the cold air begins to filter in here and turns the backside of this precipitation to snow. That's the noon time frame. By 3 p.m. in this model run, Chicago is going to be under snow, and it's going to be windy as well with these northwest winds. I am concerned about major delays at the airport hubs if we get into this scenario. The good news, or the silver lining, is this moves out pretty quickly. Lower Michigan for Christmas Eve night is going to be under the snow, and then by Christmas morning, about the only area that is going to see snow is a little bit of lake effect down here in southwestern New York State. So if we take a look right now, our forecast has the rain changing to snow midday tomorrow, and that will continue through about 9 p.m. If you have any travel planned through either the Midway or O'Hare Airport in particular, please stay tuned, because we're going to have to follow this very closely. It could have major implications nationwide. We'll keep you updated, guys. I'll send it back over to you.
Tom, thank you. Also following a severe weather threat right now, we want to update you on the latest on this. Tornado warning still in effect for about another 10 minutes here in south central Louisiana.
This program brought to you by Progressive. Join over 3 million drivers who switched to Progressive last year.
Oh, I love game night. Oh, it's a house and a car.
So far, you're horrible at this, Flo.
You got no talent for drawing, Flo. House, car. Oh, raise the roof. No one?
Remember when we used to raise the roof, Diane?
Oh, quiet, Richard. I'm trying to make sense of Flo's terrible drawing.
I'll draw the pants off that thing.
Oh, hats on hamburgers. Dancing. Drive-in movie theater.
Home and auto.
Squares. Lamp.
Lines. Stupid, dumb.
No. Home and auto bundle from Progressive. Saves you money.
Yay, game night. So much fun.
Hold for the picture.
At Intel, they have technology that can scan you in 3D. Here's my good side. Here's my other good side.
Can you just stand still?
Intel. This is where it all changes.
So much to shop for.
I still have a lot of gifts to get.
I have so many people on my list. Burlington.
They've got bags, they've got boots, PJs, toys,
Watches,
coats,
great deals.
Barbie dolls. They've got stocking stuffers.
There's always new gifts arriving.
Everything you need.
High five.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies with windy conditions. Today, partly cloudy, high 81. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies early will give way to cloudy skies later at night. Low 72. Wednesday, considerable cloudiness. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 84. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight, wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
If you're driving and you can't see clearly for 1 second at 60 miles per hour, you can't see clearly for 88 feet. And a lot can happen in 88 feet. That's why Bosch created the new Icon with ClearMax 365. It's a rubber technology for longer lasting performance, not found on any other wiper blade. Because like you, Bosch cares about what's ahead.
No pictures of trucks pulling boats. No photos of men working on ranches. Just a Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. that gets 156 more miles per tank than the Ford F-150 EcoBoost. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Thunderstorms continue to fire here across the south, in particular in southern Louisiana. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings and one tornado warning remains in effect. This continues until 10:15. It includes Lafayette, St. Martin, and Vermilion Parish, part of them anyway. And you can see how quickly the storm has moved out of that warning area. The storms are moving to the northeast at anywhere from 45 to 55 miles per hour. So be ready for changing weather. Be ready to seek shelter immediately as these storms threaten your area, even if you're not under a warning. So we're expecting a pretty busy day here, Chris.
Yeah, tornado watch in effect until 6 o'clock this evening Central Time for the areas shaded in red. Severe weather a threat in the southeast right now, but it's all sorts of different types of weather will cause some travel concerns and eventually some issues in many of the big cities across the country, including these.
Now picture 1,000 words, right? This tells the story. Look at the low visibility and low clouds in New York City. D.C., not that much better. Philadelphia, very low cloud deck. And Atlanta, you can't see anything from the top of the Coca-Cola World headquarters. We've got a lot of low clouds, and that will affect flights.
And with that, the flight delays, they're really starting to add up in the northeast. And of course, that's going to be bad news across the rest of the country.
Yeah, Philadelphia has been a tough one this morning. Close to 2-hour delays. The low clouds you saw there, the reason why. We'll get more perspective on that with Diane Geraci with the Philadelphia International Airport. Diane, thanks for joining us. So your delays have been, you started early this morning. Can you tell us more about how long we expect this to go on today?
Well, actually, we are in a ground delay program for most of the rest of today. And so we are expecting flight operations to be impacted the rest of today and also tomorrow as well.
And Diane, for people who aren't familiar with the term ground delay, will you explain exactly what that is?
That is essentially a traffic management program, and it's usually implemented in conditions where there's adverse weather conditions. And basically that means that flights that are headed to Philadelphia, in this case, are being kept on the ground at their point of departure to manage traffic flow into the airport and into Philadelphia. And this is all due to weather.
You know, for people who do have a delayed flight, do you recommend that they still come to the airport on time?
What we recommend is that anyone who is planning to fly today and tomorrow to check the status of their flight. They can do that directly with their airline. And we also have a toll-free flight information line in Philadelphia. That's 1-800-PHL-GATE, and that's for to check your flight status for if you're planning to fly out of or into Philadelphia. What we suggest is that people continue to check their flight status, and it's important that they do that because if their flight is delayed or if it's been canceled, they need to contact their airline directly with any issues.
Diane, we've been looking at a lot of cameras with low clouds and fog. From an airport stand of view, what is, from their point of view, what's the most frustrating thing about the low clouds and the fog?
Well, what that means is that it is impacting visibility. So it is impacting flight operations. And so that's the reason basically for the ground delay program.
And what about cancellations today? I know you have a lot of delays, but are you aware of cancellations too?
Yes, we do have some flights that have been canceled. And again, it's important that anybody who has plans to fly today, that they check the status of their flight. And also, it's important that if you are planning to come to the airport to meet someone who is arriving on an inbound flight, you should also check the flight status before coming to the airport.
Excellent point. Diane Geraci with the Philadelphia International Airport. Yeah, picking someone up can be very frustrating if the flight's delayed.
Frustrating through the air, also on the ground, and Reagan knows that, right, Reagan?
That's right. You know, we're here at the Vince Lombardi rest stop in northern Jersey, and a lot of people not only hitting the road, but hitting the gas pumps behind me. I'll tell you why that's so great to do right now, coming up after the break.
listen up. Out on that field today, you will be ready for anything. And I want you to always remember, this is the greatest team you will ever be part of.
There's a team that makes a real difference in the world. Join the team that makes a difference.
It's the Buick.
Sir. Buick. Where's the Buick?
Buick. The expectation-shattering Buick LaCrosse.
Celebrate the holidays and pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $3,000 total purchase bonus cash on the 2014 LaCrosse.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
It's only for a couple of nights, okay?
Yep. Baby?
For me? She'll love it.
Thanks.
Sir, we're gonna need you on the runway.
Theraflu starts to get to work in your body in just 5 minutes. Theraflu breaks you free from your worst cold and flu symptoms. Theraflu, serious power.
We're back.
Sunday, old habits die hard.
I thought Grandma said she don't want you licking any more rocks.
What happens on the mountain stays on the mountain.
And danger lurks.
Did you hear something?
On the Cardwell Claim.
Mike, Janet, cough if you can hear me.
Don't even think about it. I took Mucinex DM for my phlegmy cough.
Yeah, but what about Mike? He has that dry, scratchy thing going on.
Well, guess what? It works on his cough, too.
What? Stop, don't pull me. Spoiler alert, she doesn't make it.
Only Mucinex DM packs 2 medicines in 1 pill to relieve wet and dry coughs for 12 hours. Start the relief. Ditch the misery. Let's end this.
It's ABC Family's 25 Days of Christmas.
Yes!
This holiday season, saddle up. And pause for the claws.
That's what I'm talking about.
25 Days of Christmas. Watch all December long, only on ABC Family.
I know him.
Brought to you by AutoNation, with 30 South Florida locations where most people paid less. For current offers and specials, visit AutoNation.com.
The shipping and even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera.
Oh my God!
Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, high 81. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies early will give way to cloudy skies later at night, low 72. Wednesday, considerable cloudiness. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible, high 84. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, so a lot going on across the nation, including, of course, the west, the east, and the rain and the low clouds and the storms. But in the west, we got a lot of snow.
We do, but we're going to start right now with the look at the east and a couple of different things going on here. And it's different seasons really being represented here.
Yes,
in
it
the
is.
southeast, you have the equivalent of some strong spring storms, then the heart of winter in some other areas, but then also some spring rain with some mild conditions in the east.
And really, the snow is a wet snow. It's not really cold in the east and certainly not in the south where we have thunderstorms going on. However, this is an evolving situation, Chris, that we're going to see the rain continue to spread up along from southeast to northeast.
And we're going to watch this low. It's going to move offshore.
That one's not the problem.
No, but
moves out.
that's just kind of how things are starting out here. Then you have the big dip in the jet stream for the next couple of days. And on this side of it, it's going to be balmy.
Yes. I mean, look at this moisture connection, Gulf of Mexico, Atlantic side, all the way up into New England. We're going to get this moisture getting pumped in, and it's going to be a warm conveyor, too. So we get rain eventually all the way up to Maine.
That's right, and that heavy rain at times could cause some problems on the roads. You have more people out on the roads. Christmas Day, the weather quieting down a bit in some areas, but
I know this makes folks kind of sad in Burlington to have rain on Christmas Day.
It's so picturesque up there anyways.
Yes.
And it's going to be a lot of rain in some cases.
Yeah, we are concerned actually for travelers. 1 to 2 inches of rain coming up here. Then we got to talk about what happens as this pulls out and cold air comes in behind it, and then in the west, the next system coming in.
Now, things are pretty quiet right now in the west. However, at the surface, especially near the water, totally different scene. You have unusually high tides, the king tide, and look at this video.
Yeah, this is a winter solstice kind of thing where the tides get a little stronger. Not to mention they've got a swell going on out here, Chris. And so these are some tremendous surf.
Yeah, so that's a look at San Diego. We also want to take a look. Yeah, so we're also looking at San Diego here, but this is some of that flooding. We talk about coastal flooding sometimes. It's also possible in the Puget Sound area in Washington, a couple states to the north. But you see this. You get some of those high tides, and
it happens around the solstice. You know, we get sort of the alignment of the sun and the moon, and it makes the tides just a little more extreme, or a lot more, as you saw in that case.
A lot more in some cases.
Yeah.
And some extreme travel happening. About 100 million people traveling for Christmas this year, and about 90 million of that 100 million will be hitting the road.
That's right. We've got Reagan Medji out there, who is right along the New Jersey Turnpike in Ridgefield. All right, so gas. You're in front of a gas station. What's your number there?
Yeah, so we are going to start here at the gas stations. That's what I teased you guys on before. So right here, national, the New Jersey price for gas on average for the state would be $2.38. Nationally, $2.37. So we're only like a penny more here. You can see people taking advantage of that. According to AAA, this gas price is the lowest it's been since 2009. And I'll give you a picture of what else has been pretty low. We're going to take a look over here. I'm actually chasing my producer who has to get out of the way. It's great. You didn't know. So then look at that. We got the New Jersey Turnpike up above. You see it kind of congested a little bit. Since 2009, the most travelers hitting the road, about 90 million you guys were talking about. That's exactly it by, you know, their trucks, their cars, any vehicle. Now, that's not including the people who are hitting the rails or the skies. That's almost 100 million people. It's a good time to travel. So you combine that with also this rain, it might be a little bit congested. But when you're getting gas that's at the lowest it's been since 2009, it's pretty good to fill up the tank. It's 88 consecutive days of a decline for gas prices. And this is a great record that has been set, AAA says. So, you know, you have that extra money, you can buy maybe more Christmas gifts. But when we look at here, we got a lot of people hitting the road, a lot of people at the service station here in northern New Jersey, and a lot of people heading home over the river and through the woods. Guys, back to you.
Reagan, thank you so much. And tell you what, a lot of folks traveling out there, and the price of gas has been such a topic, but so has the weather. You all are going to talk about the year where it rained on your way to grandma's house instead of snow. New York City is in the 40s. You saw the rain. We had Reagan there in northern Jersey. We've got rain in the forecast, or at least some light drizzle all the way through this evening. Then we'll keep it cloudy and more rain coming back in as we get into the day tomorrow. That will be heavy rain getting into the New York City area. The winds actually shouldn't be that big of a deal today. That's not going to be the story. It is going to be the rain. And we look at this forecast, heavy rain for you at times tomorrow, lingering into early Christmas morning. Chris.
And Joey mentioned the holiday travel in full swing. 100 million people driving, either heading to the airports, the train station, all those spots expected to be packed, and weather will play a factor.
View from above, brought to you by Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Explore more at tourksc.com.
Before ISS, before Hubble, We built the most extraordinary machine. Stand nose to nose with Space Shuttle Atlantis, one of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Always exploring.
Find it. Go out there and find that place. Because only you know where you're going. This isn't a dress rehearsal. This is life. Yeah. And it begins when you find your fit.
Hey, Mom, can I have a hot chocolate?
We'll all have hot cocoa.
Ma'am, need a strong pot of Joe.
The all-new Keurig 2.0.
You don't need to think about the energy that makes our lives possible. Because we do. We're ExxonMobil, and powering the world responsibly is our job. Because boiling an egg isn't as simple as just boiling an egg. Life takes energy. Energy lives here.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Does anybody know how I can get a small business loan fast?
I'm a chef.
I'm a stylist.
I sell tires for your car.
I'm a doc in private practice.
That's my name above that bar.
Rapid Advance.
Help my business grow.
Rapid Advance. They didn't say no. Rapid Advance.
I got approval in a day.
Rapid Advance. I got my money right away.
With Rapid, there's no hassles.
No credit checks galore.
You just need to be in business for a year or more.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or visit rapidadvance.com. Get up to $300,000 in just days. 877-GO-RAPID.
Rapid Advance. They didn't say no. Rapid Advance. They help your business grow.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or rapidadvance.com.
Your money's here.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, high 81. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies early will give way to cloudy skies later at night. Low 72. Wednesday, considerable cloudiness. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 84. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
On Weather Center Live, a look at 6 months worth of video from astronaut Alexander Gerst during his stay on the International Space Station.
The result, stunning images of planet Earth, including auroras, oceans, lightning, even glimpses of other spacecraft. It's all part of the Project Blue Dot, where Gerst would often leave his camera running while he worked and did experiments. The 6-minute time-lapse features over 12,000 images from Gerst's camera.
That's pretty cool.
I gotta get that.
Get what, a ride up in the space station?
All of it. All of it. That's amazing. Thank you for staying with us on Weather Center Live. I'm Jen Carfagno.
And I'm Chris Warren. This is one of the busiest travel periods of the year, and the weather in many cases just not helping at all.
We're trying to help you, though. For our HD viewers, you'll notice constantly updating travel info on the bottom right-hand side of your screen, and we'll have that up all the way through New Year's.
But right now, the last-minute Christmas rush is on, and major storms are also in the mix this morning.
Yes, they are. And we'll get to the breaking new warnings out there on the radar just as soon as we can. We also want to show you about all the other weather we're dealing with, too. We've got 175 million Americans in the path of heavy rain, snow, and wind. NBC's Tom Costello has what you can expect, bad and good, as you hit the roads this holiday season.
For FedEx and UPS, it all comes down to now. After a botched delivery season last year, both companies have hired tens of thousands of workers, even added new flight routes to handle the holiday shipping crush.
Weather is always a real big concern for us. We're concerned about doing our de-icing procedures properly, moving around weather and wind systems.
Now, cargo and commercial airliners are about to be put to the test. The airports likely affected Atlanta and Chicago, while low ceilings could slow things up the East Coast. On Christmas Eve, every major hub city in the Midwest and the East could be affected by wind and heavy rain. But there's good news for the Americans hitting the road. Unleaded now averaging just $2.36 a gallon. In 27 states, you can buy it for under $2 a gallon.
This is really the gift that keeps on giving for American motorists. Gas prices already 80 cents lower than last year.
Meanwhile, the shopping procrastinators are out in full force. Most of them, I'm told, are guys.
I've got some kids, they're all taken care of. Now, if I can get the wife taken care of, I'll be happy.
And this just into the Weather Channel, a new tornado warning to tell you about. Let's go ahead and show you where this is. Once again, looking in Louisiana, just north of Lake Charles. Severe thunderstorm warnings in yellow, but it's this red area here out ahead of that storm, that moving red blob right there. That's the area. It's moving to the northeast at 35 miles an hour. You can see the parish is here involved until 11 o'clock. So the next half an hour, we're watching for that threat. And of course, we will keep you posted here on the Weather Channel with this as we're looking once again, another strong storm in Louisiana and the threat for a tornado. Let's take a look at where there's the potential for more problems throughout the course of the day because of these strong storms in the southeast. And one of the other issues with the potential damaging winds, the possibility of tornadoes, flash flooding is a concern. Watch is posted for parts of Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. This is a look now at Alabama. We've been hearing from meteorologist Mike Seidel in Tallahassee. Got crushed by some of this heavy rain. Severe thunderstorm warning here going into the Alabama, going across the Florida-Alabama border. And look at this cluster right here. It doesn't look like as much rain as we're seeing here, but any one of these can dump an awful lot of rain. Those individual storms. Also, there's still that tornado threat. Conditions still favorable until 6 o'clock this evening, and a tornado watch has been posted for parts of Louisiana, Alabama, and over into a big portion of Mississippi too, Jen.
And we had some nasty storms that blew through the Florida Panhandle right in Tallahassee where Mike Seidel was just a bit ago. Now he's in the rain, but there will be more storms tracking in his direction. We've got 8 million people under the threat of severe weather today along the Gulf Coast, in the southeast, and we have it all. Heavy rain, damaging winds, large hail, even the risk of an isolated tornado. So let's take a look at what's happening with Mike Seidel now in Tallahassee. Mike, you know, I'm watching the radar for you. The worst of the weather through, but it's still pouring.
It's raining pretty hard, but what we got hit by at 10:35, which knocked us off the Weather Channel because we had so much rain we couldn't get the signal up and down, which we call rain fade. So about just before the end of the shot, you remember that you lost it because the rain was coming down so hard. We're on I-10. Let me take you back to about an hour ago and look at the rain coming down. These are blinding downpours. We didn't have a whole lot of wind, maybe a gust to 20, 25 miles an hour. A lot of lightning, a lot of thunder, no no hail, but traffic actually slowed down. These holiday travelers in these long-haul truckers actually slowed down. It was raining that hard. You know, sometimes you wonder if some of these people are going to slow down when the roads are like this, but you get a sense of how hard it was raining. Now, that has moved up into southwest Georgia, but look at the radar now, and hopefully we're seeing the Gulf of Mexico, because we got a big dip in the jet stream, and that is grabbing this juice and sending it into the panhandle and then all the way up the eastern seaboard tonight and tomorrow. So that's why all this tropical warmth is going to head towards Philly and New York. Temperatures up there about 60. We're going to be about 70 today and tomorrow. And again, the threat for severe weather. We've been showing you that tornado watch west of here until 6 p.m. this evening. Could be some spin-ups there and a lot of rain. The flash flood watch through Christmas Eve dinner time. Some spots could get easily 4 or 5 inches of rain. We've already had over 2 inches of rain from 3 rounds of thunderstorms beginning between 3 and 4 a.m. this morning. So there's your 3-day forecast. Right now we're pegging that front to come through mid to late morning, and then that will be pretty much it for the severe threat and most of the rain. Look at Friday's forecast, 62 and sunny. If you're wondering, the average high here in Tallahassee here at Christmas is 64. So we're going to be just a hair, a smidgen below average as you head back to the mall, Chris, and take that Old Spice that you told your girlfriend you didn't want.
All right, meteorologist Mike Seidel, good stuff. What's wrong with Old Spice, though? There's no problem there. Christmas the day after tomorrow, and millions are taking to the skies. And one of the busiest hubs in the world, Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. It's expected to handle more than 4 million travelers this holiday season. And NBC's Gabe Gutierrez is there live. And Gabe, how are things for you there now?
Hey there, Chris. Good morning. Well, we are tracking that severe weather in other parts of the south, and we have seen some rain here this morning as well as a lot of fog. But for right now, the rain has stopped, and it's overcast right now, but there are no major delays to speak of here at Atlanta. But it's not the case everywhere around the country. Up in the northeast, Philadelphia is seeing some major delays right there. Inbound flights are being delayed at the origin about an hour and a half. Other airports like D.C. and Newark, as well as Chicago, we're watching those really closely. Houston also seeing some delays, and we expect this to get worse throughout the day and tomorrow as this winter storm rolls to the East Coast. But again, here in Atlanta, no major problems to speak of just yet. Jen, back to you.
Gabe, thank you. Atlanta's got a nice large number of runways there to use, and that's going to help them stay on time today. The problem with the bad weather and the low clouds is that you just have to space out aircraft, and you can't land as many in an hour, and then the delays just ramp up. And that's what's happening in the Northeast right now. Hour-plus delays going on for us at all of the New York City hubs. We've got LaGuardia, New York in particular. We also have Philadelphia delays running close to 2 hours, and that's going to be our toughest spot today. The Houston airports have been delayed this morning. We were in a ground stop that's been lifted, but still have some lingering delays because of the thunderstorms in the area. And we've got warnings to track too, affecting travel on the roads, Chris.
Yeah, Jen, once again, a new tornado warning. We can see 2 right here in parts of Louisiana. Looking closer, this is the new one right here, and it is going into Mississippi from Louisiana.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, high 81. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies early will give way to cloudy skies later at night. Low 72. Wednesday, considerable cloudiness. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 84. Here's our 7-day outlook.
So much to shop for.
I still have a lot of gifts to get.
I have so many people on my list.
Burlington. They've got bags, they've got boots, PJs, toys,
Watches,
coats,
great deals.
Barbie dolls. They've got stocking stuffers.
There's always new gifts arriving.
everything you need.
High five.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad.
And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for Better Car Replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
If you're driving and you can't see clearly for 1 second at 60 miles per hour, you can't see clearly for 88 feet. And a lot can happen in 88 feet. That's why Bosch created the new Icon with ClearMax 365. It's a rubber technology for longer lasting performance, not found on any other wiper blade. Because like you, Bosch cares about what's ahead.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
At Intel, they have technology you can control with gestures. Like now, she's flying a spaceship to Mars.
We're flying a plane to Detroit.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
Every truck can tow a boat. Every truck can climb a hill. Every truck can haul a trailer. But not everyone can say they're the fastest growing truck brand in America. Guts, glory, Ram.
Is your back acting up again? Is lower back pain a daily drain? If you're one of the millions who suffer from the agony of lower back pain, you need Be Active, the revolutionary new acupressure system that instantly helps ease discomfort in your lower back, buttocks, and legs. Watch. Just slip on Be Active and tighten the strap. You'll instantly begin experiencing relief. Look, back pain often radiates from the lower back to your lower extremities, but apply Be Active to the trigger point on the calf muscle to instantly relieve pain. The secret is the AcuPoint pressure pad that gently compresses, alleviating pain at the sciatic nerve and lower back for instant relief.
I just slide it on, I tighten the strap, I feel the pressure point right behind my knee, and right away I feel a release of pain in my lower back.
Be Active provides firm pressure behind the knee on the specific pressure point, which can help relieve the pain and suffering from sciatica.
Wow, that's I can feel comfort already.
It's like right away relief.
I just put it on, but I can feel it already easing the pain.
But now I don't feel the pain at all. This is really something.
You can't see the relief? I can feel it.
It kind of feels like it's relaxing that muscle.
I definitely wish I found this a couple months ago.
Be Active gives you the ability to instantly be active again. Wear it while exercising. Keep up with the kids. It's invisible under clothing, comfortable enough to sleep in. Be Active easily adjusts to fit any leg so everyone can live pain-free. Be Active is always there to deliver the pain relief you need. Now start living pain-free with the acupressure point therapy of Be Active for just $19.99. But wait, call now and we'll double the offer free. Just pay separate processing. If you don't begin to get instant relief, send it back and owe nothing. You get it all for just $19.99. So call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-370-7747. That's 1-800-370-7747 or go online to beactivebrace.com. Call or click today.
Right now on Weather Center Live, tracking 2 tornado warnings and several severe thunderstorm warnings. The first one we're looking at, the latest one to be issued by the National Weather Service. And you can see it does include parishes and counties because it goes from Louisiana parishes into Mississippi counties. This until 11 o'clock, dealing with severe weather on this Tuesday morning, 2 days before Christmas. And this is the threat we're seeing in other parts of Louisiana as well. Within these severe thunderstorm warnings, the yellow outlined area, this red outlined area, it goes until 11. That is a tornado warning as well. 2 active tornado warnings right now in Louisiana and 1 crossing over into Mississippi. Jen?
And we do still have snow to talk about, Chris. It's in the Rocky Mountains. And yesterday we picked up big snows from Wyoming to the Colorado Rockies. Rockies. Now we're going to get another system to track in for Christmas, and we'll get a Christmas snow, which certainly has a magical feel to it, doesn't it? All right, Denver, let's look at you. Right now, 29 degrees. It feels like, speaking of feeling, 13 out there thanks to the wind, which is gusting to 44 miles per hour. Heads up, travelers. I'm expecting some turbulence as you come in here today, and certainly that could actually cause flight delays and interstate travel concerns too. All right, let's keep on moving though, because we've got some active weather coming your way. Right now, looking at a couple of snow showers up in Boulder or Evergreen, and really the bulk of the system that brought yesterday's Wyoming and Colorado snow is out of here and it's in the plains. Let's track the next one coming in. We're going to see it tomorrow, and especially tomorrow night. As colder air works in behind it, we will see snow dropping in right over the northern Rockies. We'll see the Sawtooth Mountains, all of the ranges here in Wyoming. We'll see some snow, in fact, all of the state, and then into Colorado as well. More snow coming your way, and we'll get snow into Salt Lake City, which, Chris, for them actually has been needed. We are due some snow in Salt Lake City. I'm sure we'll get some video out of it, too.
Again, it's nice to have that snow for the mountains as well. We've seen a lot of amazing videos from our viewers this year.
Yes, we have. I remember this one, the Big Haboob. We're going to, part of our year-end wrap-up, meteorologist Mike Bettis will show you the top 5 viewer videos.
Take a look. Some incredible images captured by you. Here are the top 5 that stood out. Number 5 occurred when parts of Arizona were hit by flash flooding in August.
This is it.
This video was shot by Daryl Gregory in New River. Watch as floodwaters carry a trailer and then...
Holy cow.
Number 4 comes from Ritzville, Washington, a place that only sees these kind of dust storms every couple of years. This one, shot by Dave Hazel, happened in August. The entire area blanketed.
Wow, there it is right there. There it is right there.
A wildfire drive-by is our number 3 viewer video. Hundreds of San Diego residents evacuated back in May, and this was the reason.
Oh my God!
This close-up view was shot by Jeb Durgan in Carlsbad, where at least 30 homes were destroyed.
It was like a bomb going off. It was just this explosive energy.
Number 2 is this hotel surveillance video recorded during Hurricane Odile in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, back in September. Storm chaser Josh Morgerman was in the hotel at the time.
Odile was about this ferocious and violent wind in the eye wall, just tearing at the building.
Just incredible intensity. Winds about 125 miles an hour at landfall, causing a lot of damage. And speaking of intense, here's our number 1 viewer video.
Oh my gosh!
Dramatic footage of a tornado in Watford City, North Dakota, shot by Dan Jorgensen as he escaped those violent winds.
You're going to the truck! Oh my gosh!
9 people were injured back in May, and an oil-filled camp was extensively damaged with 8 trailers destroyed.
Just sitting there!
And those are our top 5 viewer videos. I'm Mike Bettis, the Weather Channel.
We have severe weather that we're tracking this morning in the south.
Break the ice with breath-freshening, cooling crystals. Icebreakers.
Some dynamite?
My name's Jordan, and this is my dog, Susie. Ever since we got her, she's just been always scratching her face, her body, and her ears.
Dinovite can support every dog's good health with omega-3s, zinc, vitamins, and the digestive enzymes that may be missing from your dog's diet.
Her itching has stopped, she stopped scratching, and she's just in overall better health.
859-428-1000. Dinovite.com, DINOVITE.com.
Thing is getting bigger and bigger.
Mother Nature can absolutely change people. I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency.
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Never seen anything like this in my life.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, high 81. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies early will give way to cloudy skies later at night. Low 72. Wednesday, considerable cloudiness. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 84. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This is Phyllis. Phyllis is headed to a science conference, so she's not thinking about tires right now. But if she were, all she'd need to know is TireRack.com. She could view the complete selection of Continental tires at TireRack.com. Then she'd have the confidence to drive safely in any weather. But Phyllis isn't thinking about tires. Phyllis is thinking, well, I'm not really sure, but it's probably important. TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Attention injured Stryker hip implant patients implanted since 2008. Stryker has just announced a $1.4 billion settlement for patients injured by its defective hip implants. If you've suffered any symptoms, had replacement surgery, or received a recall notice, you may be eligible for compensation, but you must act quickly. Wait too long and you could lose your right to compensation forever. Cases are settling now. There is no obligation and no fee unless we win. Call 1-888-958-0000 now for more information.
Wolves. Intense. Relentless. The tireless hunters of the wild. And the wild ancestors of your dog. They share many traits, like a primitive desire for meat. So in the spirit of the wild comes Blue Wilderness, a meat-rich, grain-free food that's made with more of the chicken, duck, or salmon they love. Feed your dog.
My name is Jason, and I work for Comcast. We know the best way to improve is by listening to our customers. That's why we guarantee 2-hour appointment windows, night and day, 7 days a week. With our 97% on-time rate, you'll never have to wait around. And if we're ever late, you'll get a $20 credit. I think we're getting better all the time.
Only Xfinity guarantees 2-hour appointment windows. And with our 97% on-time rate, you can count on us to be there. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
At Seaside Palm Beach, we recognize that you may have other obligations in your life. When you're here, you'll be able to bring your laptop. We encourage you to bring your phone. We don't want you disconnected from the rest of the world. Where other treatment centers will not allow you to have these things, we know that you have a life, but we're going to help you live that life better than when you came here. Your transition from chemically dependent to chemical-free will be as painless as possible. Seaside Palm Beach, please come see us.
Find out. There's no obligation, and you can receive a decision in minutes. Visit us online at ondeck.com today.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Right now, we have 3 tornado warnings that we are tracking for you in Louisiana, and one storm cell moving into, 2 of them actually moving now, crossing into Mississippi. So East Baton Rouge, East Feliciana, and St. Helena under severe thunderstorm warning, or excuse me, tornado warnings right now. Severe thunderstorm right next to it. A lot going on this morning, Chris. All of these storms are tracking northeast very fast.
Very active morning, and 2 of these tornado warned storms right next to each other. One in Louisiana, the other you can see in Mississippi, and that dark black line right there about midway through the screen, that is the Mississippi-Louisiana border. So 2 of them really close to each other, and we're getting these clusters of storms in some cases. And again, here's the 3rd that we're tracking right now.
In Allen and Beauregard Parish, we've got a tornado warning until 11 o'clock. And I think what you need to know is that these storms are moving fast. They're going to come upon your town fast if they're tracking in your direction. So be ready to get to safety safety. You want to get to your inside room, your basement if you have it, but most importantly, get away from outside walls and windows. Stay safe as these storms race on through.
And from East Texas all the way through Louisiana into Mississippi, seeing some of the strongest storms right now. And in that area, tornado watch in effect until 6 o'clock, which means conditions are favorable for the development of tornadoes, and these storms are rotating. Some of them are, again, 3 active warnings, which means it's imminent. It's a take action now when you hear a warning situation going on. This is a heads up, a tornado watch. Just be careful. Could be some strong storms today.
Yeah, some of the storms might have some hail and some strong winds too. So be careful of all of this. And it's not the only weather story, believe it or not. Very active all across the country. Look what happened in Breckenridge, Colorado yesterday, Chris.
Oh, this is such a good feeling. If you're a skier or a snowboarder, the first time you get on that chairlift and you're heading up the mountain, and then to see that snow flying
and you
around.
Can't see anything. Look at that. There's so much snow.
Yeah, all you need is like 10 or 20 yards in front of you, and you can, as long as you keep your speed down, you're doing okay. In Breckenridge, Colorado, more than 2 feet of snow in the past week. So a lot of people hit the chairlifts, Jen.
All 5 peaks are open there. Good to go. That's a super chair, as it said on their ski lift. All right, so take the super chair to the top and enjoy your white Christmas there in Breckenridge. You might be wondering if you will get a white Christmas. It's the question folks are talking about at the dinner table these days. So for fun, we've narrowed it down to 5 cities, and we want to hear what you think. Go to weather.com/whitechristmas and vote in our online poll.
That's right. Well, Chicago, Buffalo, Philadelphia, Omaha, or Little Rock have a white Christmas. We also want to see your videos. Let us know what you think. Do you think you need or deserve a white Christmas this year? You can share those with us by texting My White Christmas to 99,000. In turn, you'll get a link, and that's where you upload the video. Easy as pie.
All right, so let's show you where you actually will get a white Christmas or will not. There's some guarantees out there for sure.
Right, and there's some areas you're guaranteed to get rain, and it's going to be warm. This is a look at the forecast for tomorrow. Christmas Eve already, Jen.
Oh, I can't believe we're 2 days away from Christmas today, and look at all this rain. This is tomorrow's forecast, Eastern Seaboard. Tomorrow's such a busy day. If you're not traveling somewhere like to get to your grandmother's house, you gotta go to the grocery store, right?
Do it early in Chicago and this part of the Midwest, because rain likely to change over to snow.
And the timing is in the afternoon, early evening, so we want to make sure you're off the roads by then. Plus in the west, another storm system coming in, rain from Seattle down to San Francisco.
It's going to be a bit sloppy there, and then straight snow in the Rockies on Christmas Day. If your plans, you're not from there, but you take you out here. Oh man, that's gonna be perfect.
I mean, if you're going to a ski resort, you obviously want snow. You will get it for Christmas. In the east, though, there's not a lot of snow to be found.
54
really.
degrees.
New York City. I mean, the rain should have moved out by Christmas Day, maybe early in the day, a drop or two. The kids get up early, so you might still see some rain. But Maine, we've got rain for Christmas.
And Salt Lake City, that much needed snow, or perhaps just kind of late to the party?
A little late this year, Salt Lake City. Only an inch since October 1st, so I think you'll take it on Christmas. Hopefully you will be where you need to be and you can enjoy it.
Cincinnati, too warm. Temperatures in the mid-30s at the coolest.
We can guarantee no white Christmas for you.
Right.
Chicago, it's iffy. You know, you really could get some snow that comes down heavy at times, and that will be an issue for travelers.
And meanwhile, there is a travel alert right now for much of the country. This is a look at New York, Washington, D.C., also Atlanta, Georgia, and Philadelphia. Seeing a lot of low clouds, and that is impacting flights right now.
Yeah, Philly leading the pack with more than an hour and a half or close to 2-hour delays. Your travel weather covered right here on the Weather Channel in 60 seconds.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, high 81. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies early will give way to cloudy skies later at night. Low 72. Wednesday, considerable cloudiness. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 84. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back. You're watching Weather Center Live. We continue to cover the threat for tornadoes out there. In fact, we have several tornado warnings in place for southeastern Louisiana as well as into Mississippi. You can see right here, we're showing you one for the parishes of Allen as well as Bogard. This is until 11 a.m. Central Time. As we show you the area in red, that's Interstate 165. And then we zoom in another one just to the south of Natchez. This is for the parishes of East Baton Rouge as well as over towards St. Helena. That is until 11:15. So we have about another 15 minutes to track the severe weather. And again, another tornado warning out there. And overall, we're looking at tornado watches until 6 o'clock tonight across parts of the Gulf Coast. Right now, we want to turn it over to Ray, and he's going to talk more about the storms in the south.
All right, Jen, yeah, very active morning here now, and now it's rolling into the afternoon and ripping once again the severe storms out across the southeast U.S. right now. In the warm sector, we got rich tropical moisture coming up from the south at higher dew points, higher temperatures, all expecting severe weather if you are in the area in red. Dip in the jet stream, and usually when we see these dips, it's to the east side of that is where you can expect to get big storms, and this is where it is, Gulf Coast from Tallahassee out toward Mobile. Impacts, heavy rainfall, the occasional tornado. Hailers also have been reported this morning with some hail down around the Mobile and the Dothan area, all moving on off toward the north as we get into the afternoon. Here's what it looks like right now. Satellite picture showing the clouds, and we're lighting up the radar. Boy, just in time for Christmas, right? Looks like a Christmas tree with the rain. The darker greens, the yellows showing where the heaviest rain is. There's that surge of moisture off the Gulf with the higher dew points and temperatures in the 70s now in the warm sector, almost 70 degrees, and that's where our tornado watch is in effect until 6 o'clock local time. The watch meeting, warnings possible severe weather with isolated tornadoes in and around the watch area. Very active radar this morning into the afternoon now as we're looking at heavy weather anywhere from parts of Louisiana and even on into Mississippi and Alabama. Oakdale, right around you, severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 11:45 local time. Jasper, Newton, and Tyler, all affected by storms also with severe. Here's that one for Oakdale, Allen, and Rapides and Vernon counties. It looks like our parishes, rolling on off toward the north and northeast, and a tornado warning here. Parishes of East Baton Rouge, East Feliciana, and St. Helena, Clinton, Jackson, Slaughter, all under this tornado warning, meaning Doppler indicated tornado. Rotation indicated in some of the clouds. And plenty of severe weather already rolling here. Impacts, heavy rain, gusty winds, numerous severe thunderstorm warnings through many of the parishes here in Louisiana, even on off toward the east. Heads up in Brookhaven. You could be looking at more severe storms. And storms going even in Mississippi with severe thunderstorm warnings. Take cover in Monticello and even in Silver Creek. Jen?
All right, Ray, thank you. I'll take it from there. Of course, we talked about how bad the weather is going to be as you're moving into the Christmas holiday. And if you're driving along Interstate 10, say from Jacksonville to New Orleans, you are in for a messy and a nasty drive out there. And we want to bring in Mike Seidel. He is live in Tallahassee. When the bad weather happens, we send Mike Seidel out there. But the problem is this is coming in the holidays. Tell us more about the situation down there.
Yes, we've had lines of showers and thunderstorms come through here in this part of the Panhandle. One thing, the one glimmer of hope, if you're eastbound in that direction, you get about 20 minutes past Tallahassee, and then the pavement is dry all the way to Jacksonville. For now, just for now, but later on this afternoon into tomorrow, all bets are off. But from here west, all the way to Pensacola, Mobile's had some severe warnings. We had golf ball sized hail earlier in parts of Alabama, or I should say 1 inch hail, and then all the way to Houston, showers and thunderstorms. This is what we took. This is one of 3 storms we've been hammered by this morning. This one came in around 10:35 Eastern, knocked us off in the middle of the live shot due to rain fade, and look at how hard it is raining. I mean, this is pushing 2 inches an hour. We've had over 2, almost 3 inches in some spots here in the Panhandle. Fortunately, we didn't have hail or much wind with this particular cell, but it really slowed down traffic on the interstate. As far as the rest of today and tonight, expect more of the same. You'll see rain, almost persistent rain here, but at times it will come down very, very hard. We have the threat for severe weather, and although we're not in a tornado watch here, we could still have a few spin-ups, certainly anywhere within, say, 75 or 100 miles of the Gulf Coast of Florida, the Panhandle. Timing on the front rolls from west to east tomorrow morning through afternoon. Once the front goes through, then it's smooth sailing for Santa. severe threat goes away, and Thursday, Jen, here will be delightful, right around average, low 60s, and the sun is back out. But for the next 24 hours, tough travel on I-10 from Houston all the way to Tallahassee.
All right, Mike Seidel.
And Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville as well. Mike Seidel and Tallahassee. Yes, we are talking several inches of rainfall coming down. You're going to look at problems with flooding on the roadways, but it's not just the south. We're also talking about the north as well. Here's a live look at Philadelphia and New York City. Now, these are two cities that have been hit hard by travel delays this morning. It's going to happen later this afternoon as well as tomorrow, even through Christmas. We are here to take you through this. So let's look at the Northeast, and we've got problems out there. And of course, it comes just in time for the holiday. We're talking several inches of rainfall. In addition to that, we're going to be looking at some strong winds at times. This is the reason why this upper level system is going to be making its way over towards the east as it does. It is going to fuel the threat for showers and thunderstorms out there. Moisture coming in from the south. This is going to allow for some of these areas to pick up a couple inches of rainfall. So maybe if you're going to be flying out of JFK or as well as into LaGuardia, expect to see some delays out there. We look at the radar right now. It doesn't look so bad. Just a few showers moving through New York as well as into the Boston area. And you can see even into areas like New Hampshire. But we're really going to see this getting into high gear, especially as we go through Christmas Eve as well as into Christmas Day. We time this out for you. This is 4, 5, 6 o'clock. Notice just some scattered showers out there right now. So you have time to go out there and do that shopping. Maybe try to get your travel a little bit earlier on instead of waiting into Christmas Eve. By 6 a.m., notice a bit more rainfall trying to work into areas right along Interstate 95. You know, a lot of people are going to be traveling up and down that roadway, and then that rain starts to push on even more by 5 o'clock on Wednesday. That's Christmas Eve. We jump ahead until 11 o'clock at night. Wet conditions across parts of New England, and then we'll continue to see the shower activity for Christmas Day as well, especially across parts of New England. Here is your rainfall forecast. 1 to 2 inches possible. Of course, areas in the darker shade of green will see the heavier rainfall. Of course, it comes right in those areas that are going to be heavily traveled. That is through Christmas. New York City, here's your forecast. If you're hoping for a white one, you're not going to see that. You're going to see a wet one out there. Temperatures are going to be in the 40s and the 50s on Wednesday, and then rain in the morning on Thursday, and then drying things out to better conditions. As we look for Philadelphia, notice some rain around on Wednesday, and then we start off the morning on Thursday. That's Christmas with a few clouds, and then we'll see the sun coming out a bit more, and we'll trade that off and get rid of some of that rain out there. Over to you, Ray.
All right, speaking of rainfall, I mean, we've got a lot coming up on Weather Center Live. We're going to focus on travel impacts that this storm is having all up and down the eastern seaboard. Tell you what's happening on the roads and in the air. Plus, let you know what you can expect for tomorrow with the heavy rain heading on off toward the east.
I thought it would be fun, so I went on Ancestry.com, and this little leaf gave me a hint, and that led me to another leaf and another hint. I was like the family detective. Then I found out that one of my ancestors actually was a detective. So I'm like the other family detective.
Visit Ancestry.com and discover the world's largest online family history resource.
You don't have to know what you're looking for. You just have to start looking.
Your discovery starts right now on Ancestry.com.
You park your car. As you walk away, crunch. A garbage truck backs into it. So you call your insurance company looking for a little support. What you get is a game of 1,000 questions. Was it raining? Were your flashers on? Was there a dog with you? By the time you hang up, you're convinced the accident was your fault. Then you remember, you weren't even in the car.
At Liberty Mutual, we make filing a claim as stress-free as possible. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, we're tracking a major winter storm that could bring torrential rain or snow to much of the country, affecting the plans for millions of holiday travelers. Stay weather ready this holiday. All this week on Wake Up with Al and America's Morning Headquarters, only on the Weather Channel Mornings.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, high 81. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies early will give way to cloudy skies later at night, low 72. Wednesday, considerable cloudiness. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 84. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather ever caught on camera.
Oh my God!
Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
So much to shop for.
I still have a lot of gifts to get.
I have so many people on my list. Burlington.
They've got bags, they've got boots, PJs, toys,
Watches, coats, great deals.
Barbie dolls. They've got stocking stuffers.
There's always new gifts arriving.
Everything you need.
High five.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
At Intel, they have technology that lets you change focus after you take a picture. So if things don't work out, you can refocus to just see yourself.
Intel, this is where it all changes.
It's like they've seen the future.
No pictures of trucks pulling boats. No photos of men working on ranches. Just a Ram 1500 Eco Diesel that gets 156 more miles per tank than the Ford F-150 EcoBoost. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com.
Well, welcome back to Weather Center Live. Of course, we are tracking the weather for you as so many millions of people are traveling for the holidays. Right now, we do have a tornado warning in effect. And as we show you on the radar, look at all the lightning that's setting up right along the Gulf Coast. We zoom into the tornado warning, and maybe we can move that up just a bit more. That is for the area of Clinton and for the parishes of East Feliciana, and that is until 11:15. So this means we're talking about thunderstorms capable of producing a tornado. Again, we have a tornado warning in effect for about the next 10 minutes. So if you're in this area, make sure you're taking cover. You can see that cell moving its way over towards the east. Now, talking about the tornado watch, this is going to last a little bit longer out there. We're talking till 6 o'clock tonight. So any of these thunderstorms that you're seeing out there potentially could produce any of these tornadoes popping up in these areas that you're seeing in red. That includes Alabama over towards parts of Texas. Right now, we're going to send it over to Ray, and he's going to talk more about a shutdown of Interstate 70.
Yeah, thanks, Jed. Yeah, we've got breaking news now to bring you travelers if you're out. We've got a part of a major interstate closed in Colorado right now because of the dangerous weather conditions. Drivers dealing with heavy snow, wind gusts to 60 miles per hour in the area. Let's talk live now to Tracy Truelove from the Colorado Department of Transportation. Tracy, tell me a little bit more about what's going on with the highway. How many miles closed? And for this busy time of year when people are hitting the road, how are conditions in other parts of the state, especially around the Denver area?
Well, currently we do have a full closure both westbound and eastbound of I-70 from Lyman to Goodland, Kansas. And as you said, it was poor visibility and adverse weather conditions that decided to close it for a safety closure.
And do we know how many miles of the road are actually closed?
You know, I don't have that information, but if I update with you guys again, I'll definitely get that.
Absolutely. And forecasting heavy snow for parts of the state over the next few days. Are you guys having extra crews on standby to handle the incoming weather?
Yes, we actually are doing a big push this year on the I-70 corridor to have about 20 extra plow drivers available and more plow trucks to handle when these big weather occurrences occur. And we do have some snow still falling around Vail Pass currently.
All right, Tracy, thanks a lot. And a lot of that's from snow that's falling and blowing around and some coming out of the sky. And more on things in the sky. We'll do a little air travel. Here's Jen.
Yeah, let's talk about the air travel. And it is going to be, of course, a mess out there. Here it is for you, the plane that comes by so fast. You want those planes to go by fast. You don't want to be waiting around in the airport. But the reality is we are looking at some travel delays out there, especially for parts of the Northeast. You see the area in red as well. And that's certainly due to the low ceilings out there. We're really just locked in a very kind of cloudy, kind of a crummy weather pattern out there. That's what's happening across parts of the Northeast. As we show you, rain is lighting up on the radar. Now let's take it back over to the wall and we break down some of the numbers here to give you an idea how long you're going to be waiting around. As we show you for Boston, no problems there, 0 minutes of your wait. For Newark, almost 1 hour and 30 minutes. And then we look for LaGuardia, 1 hour and 30 minutes. JFK, 46 minutes. We're talking your delays there again. We're talking low ceilings. As we look at the holiday troublemaker out there, for Philadelphia, you're going to be a big problem for us for today. With the clouds locked in, we're expecting major delays out there, ripple effects, so make sure you plan accordingly. New York, moderate delays, and then Atlanta for thunderstorms around. And yes, we're also talking about heavy rain as well. That is today's. Now we jump ahead and we kind of look ahead and we focus on what's going to be happening tomorrow, Christmas Eve. Major delays for New York, both of your airports there, Philadelphia and D.C. This is all going to be the rain. The only area that we're going to be looking at potentially for some snow out there, especially coming later into the afternoon hours, that is for Chicago. And whenever you have these big airports and they get these delays out there, of course we know it has that big ripple effect. That is tomorrow's forecast. As we jump ahead and we go from Christmas Eve into Christmas Day, things are looking better across parts of the Northeast, but the problem is we're still going to be looking at some rain around, especially for areas like New England. Over to you, Ray.
All right, yeah, we've had major impacts going on with the weather, and it's only going to get worse before it gets better. Next, your winter weather update. We're tracking the chance for snow in the Midwest, plus Storm Tracker Jim Cantori finds out if he has what it takes to rescue someone from an avalanche. First, a live look at Denver. The Rockies expect to see some serious snow this week. Tornado warnings remain in effect in Louisiana.
All right, listen up. Out on that field today, you will be ready for anything. And I want you to always remember, this is the greatest team you will ever be part of.
There's important work to be done. And only some able to do it. Can you make the cut?
Sir, we're gonna need you on the runway.
Theraflu starts to get to work in your body in just 5 minutes. Theraflu breaks you free from your worst cold and flu symptoms. Theraflu, serious power.
My job is so hard on my hands.
The cracks were the worst part.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry hands that crack and split.
There was a difference within just minutes of it absorbing into my skin.
Only O'Keefe's has given me the relief that I need.
Learn more at workinghands.com.
You don't need to think about the energy that makes our lives possible. Because we do. We're ExxonMobil, and powering the world responsibly is our job. Because boiling an egg isn't as simple as just boiling an egg. Life takes energy. Energy lives here.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Hershey's Miniatures. Choosing is half the fun. Because there's a little something delicious for everyone. Hershey's Miniatures. Choose your own delicious.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, we're tracking a major winter storm that could bring torrential rain or snow to much of the country, affecting the plans for millions of holiday travelers. Stay weather.
Now with the Xfinity TV Go app, you can watch live TV anytime. It's never been easier with so many networks all in one place. Get live TV whenever you want. The Xfinity TV Go app, now with live TV on the go. Enjoy over Wi-Fi or on Verizon Wireless 4G LTE. Plus, enjoy special savings when you purchase any new Verizon Wireless smartphone or tablet from Comcast. Visit Comcast.com/wireless to learn more.
No matter how much I loved my mother or my sisters or my wife, none of that mattered because they always came second to heroin. Everything did.
I didn't know at the time the power that the drugs had over him, and I was so afraid of losing him, and I knew enough about B-Hop, and I knew what they could do. To me, it's amazing. It's almost like I wish somebody would pinch me and make sure that, I'm not dreaming.
If someone you know is struggling with drug or alcohol addiction, please call or visit us at interventionnow.com.
Shipping, and even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. High 81. Winds south-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Low 72. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Wednesday, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 84. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, this is what 27 inches of snowfall looks like. This video from Breckenridge, Colorado. That 27 inches in the last 7 days. Significant snow event, plenty of snow out across the mountains in Colorado. Skiers, ooh la la, you're in good shape here as we head on into the holiday and right on through the upcoming weekend. Now, more winter weather on the way, and it's going to mean impacts in the Midwest as low pressure is going to crank up here. Head on off toward the north and northeast. Snow on the backside. Generally, so far, we've seen about 1 to 3 inches of snow, and now the snow is going to whiten the ground in other places as we go through the next couple of days. Already, we've seen some of the winds gusting with the snow around 31 miles per hour in Rapid City. Sioux Falls, 16 mile per hour sustained with higher gusts, and snow flying through the hills here up in parts of northern Wisconsin, out in southeastern parts of the state of Minnesota, where Rochester reported steady to moderate snowfall and even a burst of heavy snow. Low pressure continued to roll on off toward the east by this afternoon, and as it does, it'll take the snow away with it, but a secondary area of low pressure is going to come up, and this could have impact tomorrow afternoon for Chicago, maybe South Bend. Guidance suggesting maybe a burst of heavier snowfall that could quickly drop a couple of inches of snow. Even on some of the untreated road surfaces, it may accumulate. We could see maybe 1 to 3 inches around Chicago and Springfield. South Bend, you're in there, and maybe a little lake enhancement coming in with that northwesterly flow out across Lake Michigan. So we'll continue to see snow in the forecast. White Christmas, yes, for Minneapolis. We've got snow flying around not only today, but right on through the evening hours and then through the nighttime. Just cloudy and chilly. Could be worse this time of year, but it's not. And then Chicago, tricky one here. It's mainly rain and rain showers as we head on through midday tomorrow, and then heading on into the daytime hours. It does look like we'll see that rain transition on over to a little bit of snow. Forecast calling for a burst of snowfall right now, somewhere around Chicago and into northwestern parts of Indiana, and some of that snow impacting some of your travel. Jen?
All right, thank you, Ray. Well, parts of the Rockies are expecting some heavy snow this week. Now, avalanche threats are popping up in several states. So what does it take to rescue someone from a sheet of sliding snow? Storm tracker Jim Cantori found out.
Fresh snow on rugged mountain terrain. It's one of nature's most beautiful creations. But in a second, it can turn deadly.
When someone's buried under the snow in an avalanche, time is of the essence. Within just minutes, you're going to die of asphyxiation.
Every year, adventure lovers ski, snowboard, and snowmobile into danger off established trails and unwittingly trigger massive avalanches.
There's no way to outrun it. There's no way to get out of its way. It doesn't matter if you're buried just 1 or 2 feet under the snow. Unfortunately, you're going to die the same death. That's why your best chance of recovery comes from your partner to find you and dig you out.
I've come to Snowbird just outside Salt Lake City to train with Wasatch Backcountry Rescue. They're going to show me how to survive or save someone in my group should we ever get caught in an avalanche. If you're going into the backcountry, what is absolutely essential that you have on you?
It's the rescue gear that we want to have and make sure that we know how to use. You're going to need an avalanche transceiver. You want to have a probe and then the shovel. Today, the first thing we did was we dug a snow cave. We put Emily in the snow cave and buried her under the snow to simulate an avalanche victim.
And then my job was to find her and dig her out as quickly as possible.
The second thing that we did with Jim was brought on the transceivers. He turned the beacon from transmit mode to search mode.
I've got a signal. It's about 34 meters away. It says go up. 22, 21 this way, 5 still straight, 3, 2. You finally get there, and then you've got to start probing this person.
What we do is a probe spiral. 2 hands on the probe, moving in a circular pattern. Quickly now, she's under the snow. She's been buried. She's losing her breath.
And finally, I felt her. I felt something soft. I got it. I got something. That was our victim.
Jim got his shovel out, and then when he got his shovel out, he starts to move the snow. Keep digging. Keep going.
Yeah, you down there? Nice.
I'm safe. Thank you.
Avalanches are like any other act of nature. Whether we trigger them or they happen naturally, we have to respect them, and we have to prepare for them. If we don't, we get in trouble.
All right. Well, you know, you hope to never get caught in an avalanche, but the threat is great out there.
It is, and I've never experienced it. I hope I never have to.
No, don't want to.
Absolutely not.
All right, well, we have some good news to report right now. We show you a look at the radar, and you're probably wondering what happened to the tornado warnings out there. They have since expired, but right now we are still looking at severe thunderstorm warnings out there. Ray and I will continue to cover that and help you through your holiday travel.
View from above, brought to you by Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Explore more at tourksc.com.
The holidays go high-tech with Holidays in Space at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Join us for an out-of-this-world take on the sights and sounds of the holiday season now through January 4th. Visit tourksc.com for details.
Ring, ring. Progresso. I can't believe I'm eating bacon-enriched creamy cheese before my sister's wedding.
Well, it's only 100 calories, so you'll be ready for that dress.
Uh-huh.
You don't love the dress?
I love my sister.
40 flavors, 100 calories or less.
Then all the parts come together, and there it is, our new car. So that's how Santa fits it in the sleigh.
Wow. The magic of the season is here at the Lexus December to Remember sales event. This is the pursuit of perfection.
You pay your auto insurance premium